Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 19 Hungarian Grand Prix for Tier 1. We've had our Tier 2 and Tier 3 Hungarian Grand Prix, and now we're here at the Hungaroring for Tier 1. I'm joined by Matteo. Before we get started, I'd like to spread my love and appreciation for Brazil today. It is Republic's Day. If everyone that follows us closely, they know that STB and Brazil get on extremely well. So I'd like to send my love to Brazil on a very special day in their history. And we do have a few new drivers joining us tonight in BRL Parangi and KTF Oliveira, as well as Arjun Samra joining with us. But, like I said, I'm with Matteo. Matteo, welcome to Hungary. Just a chill evening tonight. Very good atmosphere here at STB tonight. How are we feeling ahead of the Hungarian Grand Prix? And any tips that you'd give to the drivers here tonight? What we're thinking ahead of the race?
Well, I was going to say not track extend, but I've seen Bram track extend twice in its lap and got away with it. So yeah. Anyway, how did it?
Needs to pit lane.
But yeah, I mean, Hungary is one of those tracks where it's all about downforce. Obviously, there's only really one straight round here. Obviously, it's all about downforce, and obviously, it's really got to commit to make sure the car has a really good rotation. Obviously, with all these medium speed, low speed corners that we have around here, but at the same time, you need to make sure it's nice and stable as well. But it's again, I think it's one of those sort of drivers tracks, to be honest, like Netherlands was. To be honest,
yeah,
there's quite a few unforgiving curves around here as well. So. There's always good things to look out for, but there can always be overtakes around here, especially to 10.
Okay, Fiorino, apparently he's on wet tyres. I think that's the glitch. I mean, I don't think
he's in the pits.
Yeah, I don't think he's go on wet in the out on track. But anyway, Matt, obviously Netherlands is a very weird race last week. We didn't have many finishers due to just a lot of drivers just found it very difficult to get to grips with the circuit. Do you think it'll be a little bit easier this week? I think it will be. I think we've seen some good racing in Tier 1.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hungary, definitely. Portugal, I'm a little bit curious about. I think there'll be a lot of spinners. Talk about spinners! On board with rain, and he has a massive rain without chicane. And it's messed up his lap. So, but yeah, I'm definitely expecting a lot more finish today. But we'll see. But I'm not expecting any crashes.
Hopefully not.
Really track to crash you.
Hopefully it'll be a good race to watch as well. We don't want a boring race. So the championship map, it has finally been updated by me after a long time. Danny's 10th to be in the first sector. Championship, KTF Felipe is running away with it, but he's got a lot more competition now coming into this next part of the season. He's got obviously Rusty, he's got Ermine, he's got Samra, he's got, I would say, obviously Arthur, SK.
Oliveira! Oh, so close spinning it out of turn 4. Sorry about that, that really was the one thing into Barry says on the grass.
And obviously, Matt, I'll talk about competition for Felipe's championship battle. He's got his BRL rival joining us next week in BRL Davies, and he'll be back with us next week, hopefully. So, yeah. Great newcomers into the league. Matt, and talking of newcomers, has already made a great impact on the league so far. Rusty starts his line lap then. Let's take on board of the Hungarian.
Oh, SK45's got 4 cars in front of him. He's got a Williams and an Alpine and 2 Mercedes to get out of the way. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get out of the way. Probably gets out of the way nicely. Bram gets out of the way nicely as well. Now it's just the Alpine and the Williams to get out of the way, unless the Williams wants to run away with it. Oh, there's no Williams and then another Alpine. Then, oh, the wheel off. That's Volta. I think so. I saw a wheel off the track.
Yeah, there was a wheel off the set. Yeah. Sorry, Matt. Also, today we had the new update on the game. Obviously, the Saudi Arabia will be going to Saudi Arabia, I believe in January, February.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, after Christmas, we will be going to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for the first ever STB race in Saudi Arabia. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers can do there. But SK is coming round into the penultimate corner now. Let's see what his lap's going to be. Might be a 14. He's on course for a very good lap here. Might be a low 15. It's a 14.7 P1. But Rusty's 3/10 up on his PB. Rusty is the favourite here in Hungary this evening. He is, I believe,
14.2.
I believe he is P7 in the leaderboards. So Hungary's a very good track for him. And he's on it, but a lot of drivers still got set laps. Matt,
Yeah,
and one of them
39
is
people.
DRL Perez.
Oh, I'm not used to seeing Prime at the bottom of the grid. I was thinking, where was it?
Yeah, back with us then after a few seasons. Obviously celebrating Republic Day in Brazil in style here. This is 26.8.
Oh, no, I just validated it. It's a bit wide there.
That is going to be absolutely... He's going to be fuming now. Another thing about this new update as well, man, is commentary is going to be very easy for us now. We won't have these glitched starts that we was having. They've sorted that, yeah. So the lights will go out in spectator mode at the same time as the drivers. So we won't have no delays, which is
great cheese.
Which is very good actually. Because you know me, I got very confused, didn't I, early on the season about that. Right then, Sem has not had much practice, I believe, around here. It's a 26.8, so he's matched Perondi's first sector. If he would have continued. I believe Sem's very good at this track as well, but to be honest, I don't think anyone's going to get close, Matt, to Rusty's 14.2 here.
Yeah, that is a stupidly quick lap. I mean, it's already over a second of that, so that's still in my TT lap. Yeah, TT lap was kind of bad, but still.
I think Hungary is one of those circuits, you know, like, some drivers are good, some drivers are bad, but Rusty's really putting in the time so far this season.
I did say earlier that I do think it's also one of those tracks, it's like a driver's track, like what Ned Evans was.
Yeah, so it definitely separates the men from the boys. Sem coming around the final corner then. See what time this is going to give him on the track. It's a 14.9, so he's on it, but he's 7 tenths down on Rusty. So on 14.9 there for the Dutch driver. He'll be heading for another podium. He's had a good run recently with his podiums, Matt, so I think he should be looking for another podium here, I think.
On board with Brown on a set of mediums, interesting. He's 1.4 seconds up, so he's what? Barely anything. I think 26 there. On the second class corner.
Very hard traction zones this month.
Yeah, that second last corner can be quite a pain. It's one of those corners where you want to actually run quite high diff in the race. That second last corner, I learned that myself. And it's only 16.0. Doesn't even gain a position. I mean, as fast as medium lap.
I know Hungary is a very difficult track. I would expect these times to be a little bit quicker than they are at the moment. They're quite slow.
Yeah, we're still expecting a lot of people to do laps. I mean, we've still got another 5 drivers at least to do laps so far. So we've still got a lot of people to do laps to see what lap times we're getting. Rain's going to finish his lap as well on the certain mediums. 2066. So it just proves how decent. There's just between the softs and those mediums. I believe it's the C4 and the C3 tyre. So there's quite a big difference between those two compounds. So that's actually quite a good lap by Bram. He's probably about, I think the softs are probably about second fastest than the mediums, I think. A little bit more.
And Nos and Rezek and Rezek, I don't even know. I said that really well in Netherlands, but I just can't say it. He goes P10, 116.1. A Volvo then coming around.
Yeah, on to it now. 6,000 down on the same mediums.
And gonna spin.
Oh, he's got the curve!
Yeah, he's gonna spin.
Yeah, I did say that. Turn 5 curve. Instant killer. Touch that, you're dead.
Yeah, a lot of traffic as well, Matt, that these guys now get through. Felipe then. What is he going to do for this championship? He needs a good result. He's cut the corner. That's going to be an investigation there for Felipe, I think, by the stewards for cutting across the track in qualifying. That is prohibited.
There's only really one corner where you can really cut to get an advantage. That's just Kane.
Yeah.
I don't see where else you really want to do it.
With tyres then, so he'll be on fresh tyres anyway. But let's see what Felipe can do then.
On board, Vivian.
Let's see if we can get anywhere near Rusty's lap time of 1:14.2.
26.9 for Vivian. Oh, and he's validated.
Right, we've got some good drivers on laps now. We've got Arthur coming onto his lap,
Arjun Samara.
and Fiorino's got across the corner again. And Ferrandi's coming around as well. We've still got loads of drivers on lap. Samra, yeah, Samra's on lap. Samra's on lap as well, yeah.
Oh, he's got Alpha Tauri. Rossi just about gets out of the way. Some gravel on the track.
Samra is replacing
Nice.
Kevin.
Oh, he's barely invalidated it. Gone wide by like a
well.
millimetre. It's just a little bit. 2/10. He might have gone about P.
I think Rusty might have
P4.
this win already, you know.
Yeah, that is an absolutely insane lap.
Obviously,
I don't think he knew.
Qualifying and race maps, are like different, like they are. But I'm sorry, if you're 5 tenths quicker in qualifying, then I don't know.
Well, I've seen this with quite a few drivers where they're absolute blitz qualifying, and then it comes to the race, they can't even keep the car on the track because the setup is normally quite oversteering.
Right then, Felipe's had a few problems, and if he's qualified in the midfield, he's been involved in collisions. He wants to try and get himself away from those. Let's see what lap he's going to be. It's going to be, he's going to go for those mediums.
Only 61 instead of softs.
Yeah,
and Arthur's gone wide.
He slowed down before the.
I'll tell you what, if that is the case, he probably nailed that. Oh, never mind.
Right, Ferranti then, let's have a look what he's going to do.
Slatten's just gone 9th and same mediums. Bram's now out on a set of softs, so that'll be interesting to see what he can do on them, but I don't know if he wants to do that, because he's only one place out, the top 10.
So Felipe is going to be in traffic. Let's see what Ferranti's going to do then. BRL Ferranti, coming around the final corner now. Four lap, only a 15-1. Only a 15-1 for Eddie Ferranti. Mari's
starting
on
that.
One from her today, 1:15.2 puts P5, and Danny span out of quali. Oh no!
Shock.
That's not very good, is it?
I'm very impressed with Mari's pace right now. She's I feel like she's been struggling in the last few races, and this pace has come out of nowhere.
I think the connection's a little bit better as well. The connection's a little bit better as well.
Oh! Ooh, she got away with that. A bit wide at turn 4.
Is she on a lap at the moment?
She got away with it. Yep. Into the chicane.
Now the chicane.
Little bit too much on the curb at the first right-hander on the chicane. Got a little bit of oversteer.
Bram's on a lap as well.
She's got an Alpine in front of her. Needs to get out of the way as quick as possible. It's giving her dirty air. Oh, and that dirty air is really affecting her. Just slid around there. Danny's finally got out of the way. She's validated.
Medians.
She was 1.7 seconds up to her. Sorry, 1.17 seconds. 1.7. If that was the case, she'd be like 7 tenths ahead of Rusty. Yeah, she's 1 tenth up in the end, so she won't actually gain anything anyway. But she's going for the lap, I think. Nope, the qualifying's over. And that's it, that's qualifying done.
Qualifying's over now.
And Bram's bottled it.
As per usual then.
Yep, no shock there.
Well then, very interesting qualifying there here in Hungary. Matt, obviously Tier 1 never disappoints. And I'll tell you who has really not disappointed so far this season. Rusty has put himself into P1 on the grid. Rusty's really given it some in his STB debuts. He's been really good. Second is SK as well. 2 incredible drivers. Really.
Semi-K?
Yeah, and then Semi-K P3. SK and Semi-K. Fourth, guest this evening, BRL Ferranti P4. P5, FXBR Mari. Great qualifying. 6th, BRS Ermine. 7th, DJ Danny. 8th, Arthur. 9th, Samra. That's a decent performance from him. 10th is Alfie. 11th, Volvo. 12th is Bram Ellison. Don't know why no one's really looked yet. 13th was Nas. 14th, KTFE Felipe. 15th, Rain. 16th, Oliviera. 17th will be Fiorino. 18th will be the player starting from the back of the grid. Will be CHR Volata. That is your grid then, Matt, for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I believe this is going to be. I think this is going to be a great race, Matt. I think we're geared up for what is going to potentially. This could be the race of the season. Who knows? This could be race of the season, Matt. With the competition and the drivers that we've got in tonight. So, I mean,
Yeah. Actually, can I just put a bit of a shout out to Arthurson? I might be in the P8, but it was on certain mediums. It was only 1.2 seconds down on the certain mediums. I think that's pretty respectable lap on the certain mediums.
Sorry, Matt, but if you look at BRL Peronji's garage, you'll be able to see wet and intermediate compound tyres.
It's now mediums.
Oh, okay. Well, it actually did say
it went from wets to intermediate
so
to
it
medium.
started from wet, so that tells me that we could be seeing some sort of action with the clouds today.
No. I mean, I don't think the tyres got anything to do with that because you can't change it to wet compound tyres anyway.
Well, who knows?
Regardless.
Well, we've had reports.
On that graphic, you can't have a dry set of tyres and then a wet set of tyres.
Well, anyway, Matt, the clouds are very dark here in Hungary. So, AR Jack's going to be an AI. Unfortunately, he won't be racing tonight due to.
Pipperin's not gone off the track, and then now he goes.
Oh, it's hard. If it rains near the end of the race, which could well be the case because the clouds are dark, that could be an inspired decision there for Piperino, starting on those hard compound tyres. Same with rain.
Yeah.
Same with Felipe.
There's
Rams on hards.
The pay rain over there.
I mean, I was saying that about Piperino as if he was the only guy that actually started on hards, but he didn't. So that's just irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean,
irrelevant to say.
It depends what it is. First of all, it depends when it doesn't when it's raining to come. If it's lap 20, the hards should make it to the end, but the mediums, if the rain's going to come right at the end, for example, the hards might not make it, and the people on the mediums might want to go back mediums. The only problem in not doing that is that if it doesn't actually get wet enough for intermediates, then they've got to hit again because they haven't used 2 tyre compounds. But I think they'll still go hards mediums anyway if that was the case. Because it's just a bit more of a lot more safer thing to do.
Yeah.
But
well,
if you
anyway,
do those rain.
Matt, sorry, I was saying in qualifying about the traction. How important is traction here? Because there's a lot of traction zones.
Well, yeah, obviously. Well, turn 1 is quite a big traction zone in itself. There's quite a bump on the exit of turn 1. Turn 2 is also really important to get the exit out through turn 3. To obviously get a good run up to turn 4. And then you also got a good traction zone at chicane, but it's maybe not so important. But then you've got the second to last corner and the last corner, which are very important, especially that last corner, because that straight is very important because she's only overtaking the opportunity really, and that exit can mean everything from overtaking somebody and not.
Yeah. Okay then, Matt. Thank you. Who is going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix?
I don't care if we both have to go for. I'm just going to say Rusty. If
Rusty
he
as
doesn't
well.
get any issues,
definitely.
Yeah. I'm just going to say Rusty.
Right, Piperino is going to pull up to the grid. The sun is trying to come through the clouds now. That could all change later on in the Grand Prix. Matt, you say Rusty. We both say Rusty for the victory, but who is going to win the Hungarian Grand Prix? It's 1 light, it's 2 lights, it's 3 lights, it's 4 lights, it's 5 lights. It's not a great start. They've fixed it, and it's lights out of the way they go. SK gets off to a great start.
Rusty gets a poor start.
And it's going to be Sem now in the situation with Rusty, but SK side by side.
It's a Mercedes. I mean, that might have been Bram had a bit of contact at the back there.
And Rusty leads, followed by SK. Third is Sem EK, and I think there's a driver off the circuit. That might be Samra there off the circuit there. He's lost a few positions on this first lap, getting a bit barged in the AlphaTauri Ferrari back to the grid. But yeah, good start there from Rusty. He keeps P1. There's a bit of kerfuffle going on at the back of the grid there, but all nice and steady at the moment, side-by-side action. And Felipe has got himself with a P12, picked up, I believe, 2 places on the first lap. Arthur as well,
from there, fighting.
Oh man, Arthur made a mistake, and Mari's on the inside, but I'm going to go back out on the inside. That sounds very bad. And yeah, Mari keeps P6 there. That's a great bit of racing there between the Brazilians.
He's in the bear now for Mary Sandwich. Oh, he's just drove himself off the track. Oh my god! There's a massive crash! Absolutely huge! What did I just witness? on my screen, Mari just purposely crashed into the barriers on my screen, and then Arthur then he crashed back into the path of Arthur's in, and then Alfie got caught in it. That's what I saw. Mari's gonna miss the parrot thing.
It's a good job, it's a good job, Matt, that you was on, you was on it there, because that is. I ain't got a clue what just happened, what we just witnessed.
I was on board with Alfie when that happened. I saw it all unfold. Mari went into the barriers on the left-hand side. She looked like she did it on purpose on my screen. She looked like she just drove into the side of the barriers.
I think what happened was Mari.
Unless she had a bit of a tank staffer, but she
was battling with Arthur, and then what happened is they just. I don't know.
She just kept going. She just kept going left on my screen. She didn't do any reaction. Like the car sat back to the right. She just looked like she just drove into the barriers. Like I said, I was on board with Alfie at the point, which was behind them two. And then she can't actually hit the barriers. She came bounced back on the track. Arthur's then went, obviously took Arthur's in out, and then Alfie got caught in it. And then Mari, with only front wing damage, well, regardless, I don't know if she's got any floor damage or anything like that, but she's obviously managed to keep going. But gosh, there's been 2 retirements that really should not have been there. I wonder if any of the software. I was going to say, any software.
That was some good. I'm not going to lie, Matt. That was some good. I was going to say that was some good racing as well between Mari and Arthur in the second sector there. That was some great piece of racing. And then next minute, they're crashing.
Fireworks are going off, and the soft runners are pissing. The soft runners decided they don't want to get rid of those softs. 7K can get rid of that 5-second time penalty while you can.
That is continued. Well, this now means that Rusty's going to have to get past drivers. SK's going to have to get past drivers. You've got Paronji and Sem all at the back of the grid there.
SK and Rusty going for mediums, still less than going for hards. Interesting. I don't think really anyone knows what strategy it will be, and MK will naturally lose more positions because of that 5-second time play, but I don't think he loses too much. He loses 2 positions in Mari and Parandi. So that 5-second time penalty actually got off quite nicely for what he could have been. And Vivian's trying to overtake Jack on the safety car, and they have to let him back through. Can't overtake an AI even.
Wow, great start here in Hungary, Matt. I've got some action in the chat. Christy saying damn, and Rain saying holy hell. So Rain's not happy with that. Yeah, crazy how he's watching from the race. But yeah, that is amazing what you can do nowadays in modern line Formula 1. You can watch the stream and race at the same time. Do join this STB Racing League here at Hungary from Budapest. I don't know what I'm saying. All I want to say is just a quick little advertisement, guys. The Aston Martin safety car, James Bond movie is out. Go and watch it. Here we go then, ready for the restart, Matt.
I've already watched it, Riley.
Yeah, yeah, okay, well I haven't. Anyway, the driver I haven't seen in P1 for haven't watched in a while is Danny. Danny then P1. Here we go then, and he's gonna lead the drivers from the safety car. Volvo's P2, third is not, fourth is Bram, fifth is Felipe.
He's gone.
And it's go, go, go. So
he's gone before the last corner.
Danny will have the pace in these stages.
He's got to use those softs.
Same with Samara as well, man. And there's a spin!
Yeah.
There's a spin at the back of the
The player's just played himself. And he is well back in the grid now. And more overtakes been happening. Danny's going to use those softs to his advantage.
SK versus Ermine then. It's all kicking off here in Hungary. And SK's got a position on Ermine. He's in P12 now. Next up him is Viva Reno. Jack is an AR.
Oh, the Ferrari went right, that's Rain. Oh, Rain's in the barriers! How the hell did he manage to do that?
That's a safety car again, I honestly don't know.
I think that it's quite off the track, and we just had a safety car, so I think that might be away with that. It is kind of off track. Not sure if the game takes that into account, but it is very far off track. So
anyway, Danny leads them by a second. Flocken in the chat. I don't think I'll be happy with the performance by Danny so far. We do know a bit of beef going on in the chat between them two. Sorry to cause any tension there, but we love tension when it comes to racing. Fifth is Felipe. He's followed closely by Samra now. Samra's on those soft compound tyres and that. He's going to have a lot of grip, a lot of pace compared to these guys. And Danny's as fastest of Volvo quicker as well.
And I'm currently on the Twitch right now, and I've just seen Range says his grip just disappears.
Yeah. Wow. Unlucky for him, but race will have to go on. And these guys back here, Seb, Karanji, Rusty and SK, need to try through this traffic if they want to try and, get back into winning a position. But Rusty's looking pretty quick now on the back of SK, so it's only a matter of time really, I think. And Stammer as well on the back of Felipe.
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm off board with Parrish and Stammer. Below the back of Philippi, really close to the back of them. Into turn 4. A bit feisty on those softs. Naturally, those tyres are going to start overheating a little bit. Safety car's definitely helped him a little bit. But somebody spun. It's now for a Tauri. It's Rusty. Rusty's round.
Oh no!
And I did say that it would probably have an unstable setup, and he spun by himself. I don't know. He just pushed you hard on hot tyres. Hot tyres, and you got to be careful when you're on hot tyres. And he just, I you know what, I said Rusty was going to win, but I just had a feeling it was going to happen. You can't take a setup like that and expect it to work in a race. You can be quick in time and trail, but you could be absolutely more pointless than the bat in the light.
Okay, Matt, you really like to bash drivers, but you spin all the time. So, I don't want to hear it.
Most of the time, the game's just not nice because I've never spun there before. It's Mari. And Danny got no pace despite being in the Alpine. This is literally real life all over again. He just realised it is literally an Alpine one. It's an Alpine, and that's the mic right now in the top 2.
I don't know why Mari's there.
Just like real life. Yeah. But it's like
there.
real life. We've got an Alpine leading. As we're
Well, I'll tell you something, Matt.
Second.
Sorry to put you off there. Samra has got some decent pace here.
Yeah, and Danny surely does not have any decent pace. He's struggling.
And let's see what Volvo's going to do there.
Should be a walk in the park for the Aston Martin driver. Mercedes versus Renault.
Yeah, but we know Danny can be very aggressive on the defending.
Oh no, Danny.
And he's going to do it.
There he goes.
He's
going to dive back down the side. He's going to force him wide. He worked from.
Now Non's going to come through, and Samra's going to gain the pace as well. So it's all kicking off. This is all playing into Samra's favour here for the next round of pit stops. And then Aston Martin now trying to get on the undercut, switchback rather, on the back of Non. This is really kicking off here in Hungary now. Bram is the lead car on the net lead car because he's a hard. He's having a great race so far.
Well, no, it wouldn't be. But you'd still be Andres. Because he's the both are doing the same sort of strategy.
Yeah, but no, I mean he'll go longer into the race, so he'll leave the race at some point, and he's in P5 captain.
Yeah, but
that's what I mean.
Not net.
I know what I mean. I'm not good at explaining. Oh, I am
not
good at
really saying
explaining.
that. Danny's technically net big one.
As they come down into the penultimate corner, or the third to last corner, and running outside now goes Samra, all the way around the outside on those softs, running outside the Aston Martin. Aston Martin's going to try and push him wide a little bit. Samra skids around the corner. That's some rallying stuff going on there for the Red Bull.
Just out of DRS.
Oh, that's
it's going to hurt him down the straight now.
Great stuff.
Alan John, he's just gone absolute toe and a half, and Andres is trying to overtake Danny. Also got Philippi is also trying to go up the inside of Bram. Bram, don't crash a turn 1 again.
I'm so scared.
Oh, he's going to round the outside.
He's doing the same move as I did on the That's in there well, but it ends well for Felipe. He's looking at P5 now. That's a great move all the way around the outside. And Bram got absolutely smoked.
Danny's really done a subtlety. I think in these 2 positions is that.
I mean,
I mean,
literally.
it was harsh but fair.
Danny
but...
definitely watched the
Oh.
race in like slow motion and think that was it.
And Slavin's just really struggling now.
I'll tell you who's not struggling though. Samrat is on the pace here in Hungary. But is he going to have, you know, what is the grip going to be like on the next set of tyres? That'd be interesting because he will have to, you know, gain that time he's lost in the pits. Obviously, most of these guys have had 3 pit stops. You know, you've got Sem, Ermine, Peronji, and talking of pit stops, Samra's in.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually, because he saw a decent pace. I'm surprised he kind of keep going for a bit longer.
Here we go then, Nos in the DRS of Danny. Danny goes very defensive into turn 1. Round the outside goes the winner. This is going to be P1 for Nos, and the Hungarian progress off the circuit there. Side by side action, DRS for the Williams. Side by side, then he's going to try and hold it round the outside.
Danny, he needs to yield. He needs to yield. He can't break it through this.
Nos and Kazak.
Danny's dumping his pack. Danny's not giving up.
He's
got back out here, surely.
Brady picks up a penalty. Danny gets away with it, and Danny retakes P1 of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Oh,
first one with a penalty. Peronde. Oh, Andres.
Oh, he's had a big moment on the exit there. This is kicking off here in Hungary. Felipe now is on the back of Volvo. This is kicking off here in Budapest, and I'm here for it. Front row seat.
That sort of area. A little bit of a moment.
And Nod's still on the back of Danny. I think Danny needs to try and maybe stop.
Danny's staying out for the lap.
Don't know why you do that. Here we go then. Nod's in that DRS. I love these sort of battles, Matt. 2 seconds for him, but I did. And now, Nod is going to prove me wrong. He goes round the outside of the first corner. Danny's going to push him off wide again. But he needs to evolve him. Now, Volvo's going to get back on him.
Oh, he's got a penalty because of it.
And Nos picks up a penalty. That might go to the stewards there for an investigation. Unfair penalty. Danny's very aggressive in this race. He's giving us a lot of action here, Matt. But annoying some drivers along the way.
I remember, you can only kick off the warning. Can't take the penalty because Andres does get another warning. Then, well... You can't do much about it, to be honest, because he's got the 3 penalty warnings together anyway.
Have you seen the train?
Oh, because Jenny's leading, that's why. Oh! Danny! Andres was trying to go around the outside of the chicane and he just went into the side of Danny. Danny squeezed him. That was some Nico Rosberg Hamilton shit, that was. Literally.
Right, here we go. Sorry. Jenny has to navigate his way past the Williams now.
Oliveira's gone wide. SK is going to breeze past him now. Oh, he's been over the beat.
He's got warm tyres. So what happened then? Sorry, I was looking at, I think,
I don't know, Danny was protecting inside slightly at the chicane. And then Andres trying to go around the outside, and then Danny just shut the door on him and pushed him onto the grass. Literally, Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg.
Anyway, Stashing the back, here we go. Deja vu from 3 laps previous, round the outside, and Felipe's on the inside of Danny as well. No, he's going down a little look. And Danny, Felipe.
Oh, this is getting dirty now.
Felipe on the inside.
It's 3 wide. Oh no.
Welcome to STB season 19. Felipe's on the curve there at some point. And Volvo. Danny's coming back. And now Felipe's going to try to come back at him. Wow, I wouldn't even speak to Volvo right now. Felipe around the outside is off the circuit. And he's got second place. We'll have to give the position back there to the Aston Martin.
Oh, Volta.
And Volta up in a P3 after all of that. This is incredible.
We've got like 9 cars in like a few seconds. SK's wide. SK's gone wide.
This is incredible.
We've got 9 cars. Hold on.
Oh, Peronji has had a great exit on the cross.
We've literally got 12 cars within 4.5 seconds. We've got 12 cars within 4.5 seconds.
This is actually helping Sam because Sam is now able to like catch up. And Felipe, let's see what's going on down here. Felipe's overtook Salzinger.
Danny's finding the pits.
And now Felipe is now going to be on the back of Volta. Volta leads now here in
Volta's got DRS though.
Going to break that DRS.
Volta's got DRS off Mountain. Yeah, Volta's got DRS off Danny, sorry.
Kicking off. Whoa.
Those mediums also going to start coming off soon.
As
Those hards.
SK is in the pit lane. He's got front wing damage.
Yeah, they see. I saw him go wide at chicanes. I wanted a bit of contact. Oh, I need a separate drink there.
Who would have thought we would have had this amount of action at Hungarian? This is what, you know, this is what STB is about. I mean, front row seat. The player then, on the back of Sam, we haven't really spoke about him much this race.
Well, obviously, he had a little spin early, didn't he? Oh, talk about spin. Philippe using too much inside curb there, left-hander.
Yeah, he's really
almost put him up there.
Really pushing hard, Philippe.
Maybe using a bit of the track, but sometimes using too much curb can actually hurt you.
Yeah.
Strange corner this one is. Second last corner. It's quite difficult to get on power.
It reminds me of a corner at Netherlands. I know what one I'm thinking of, but it just reminds me of I think maybe the corner after the chicane. That's quite hard on traction as well. I don't know if I'm going to get hate for this, but for me, Hungary and Netherlands are quite similar tracks in terms of there's a lot of corners, there's a lot of, you know, there's not
the only thing is Netherlands has quite a few more high-speed corners.
Yeah. Obviously, they say Hungary is the open Monaco, or whatever they say.
Yeah.
So
it's quite narrow. I think that's what it is. The track's generally quite narrow compared to quite a few other tracks. Compared to Silverstone's track probably twice as wide.
Right then. So Danny is on mediums now. So he's on a fresh set of mediums. He's lost a lot of time down on those softs for so long. Could that hurt him later on in the Grand Prix?
Alright, Danny's in the pits. That top 10 now was split off a little bit more, and there's a Red Bull sideways. That's Semi-K. Semi-K lost the rear end coming into the second corner. That's actually quite easy to do when you just lose the rear end.
Did he just lose the back end on his own, or did he have some?
Just lost the back end. I think he lost the back end on himself.
Oh, sorry, there's actually going on turn one. Felipe versus Bolt on that. I'm so sorry to cut you off. Bolt has been having a better line, better exit. He's got mediums on, but Felipe's going to come back
got DRS as well.
Slipstream overtake mode, and he's got the job done up into the lead.
Oh, there's a tap there.
Leader, Felipe. And Bolt is now going to come back at him with that slipstream. And SK's on the pace as well here in Hungary on those soft compound tyres. This is pretty much a great race. And this sounds really bad, but for the championship, I really don't want Felipe to win. We want to keep this championship alive, but I mean, if Felipe won the championship, that'd be absolutely insane for Brazil. I want to think it's calmed down, man, but I don't actually think it has.
Saying that, I had a bit of a comment then.
Renard saying Danny aggressive as hell in the chat.
Yeah.
I mean, we know this from Danny. We know that. Oh, and Danny's lost his front wing. Oh no, what's happened there? Danny's lost his front wing.
He just passed up of the race, and he's lit. Okay.
Danny's lost his front wing.
Danny's trying to crash himself.
I think.
He's obviously been done this.
Oh, that is.
Got a feeling on the team turn 4. Just see where he did it. He just turned 4 him up. I think he probably also ran up turn 4 or something like that. Seems most logical. First he can do it at turn 5. He's a bit too slow. A bit too much room in exit 5. I wonder if we can see a front wing in the middle of the front wing. DJ Johnny has retired. Don't see any front wing. On the high pressure there. Moment silence after. There is our second safety car of the race.
I mean, I'm here for it, to be honest, because, you know, there's a lot of opportunities for battles now. And it's going to be interesting to see
Try
what.
and get Murray back in, to be honest.
Offline at the moment.
Lippi stays out, Falter stays out, Sandra stays out. He tried dummy. Graham's staying out. Oliveira's in. There's only person who's really pitting. That's an interesting move. Very slow into the pit lane. When are we going to go on to the set of softs? Because it is getting cloudy again. I said intermediates! I'm not so sure about that. The rain hasn't even started yet.
Oh no.
That rain could...
Why is Oliviera gone on into what?
I mean, obviously that tells us that the rain's coming, but
that must
it hasn't even started yet. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's getting cloudy. We've seen a couple of times before when people on intermediates when it's in the safety car, just before it starts raining.
Another prank situation. Oh no.
I think it might be.
Oh no.
What was it, Joe? Was it someone? I think it was someone called Joe. I think was it.
Okay, this is going to be very weird. I'm a little bit. I don't know what Olivier is thinking here because the rain has not started to fall yet.
Oh, you know what Jeff is like? He always says, "Why is SK trying to overtake him under the safety car?" SK just overtook Oliveira under the safety car.
It's starting to rain. It's raining. It's raining. It's raining in Hungary.
Oh, now it is. Now it is for me.
It's raining in Hungary, Matt. This is going to kick off.
SK legit overtook Oliveira under the safety car.
What is going to happen? Is this going to cut? Oh, it's going to be another lap to it, yeah, isn't it? Oh, and Nos has gone for a lovely spin there at the back of the field.
Oh, Aldrin needs pulling a bit late.
Okay, that is amazing. Thank you, Nos, for spinning and leaving the session there. That is great stuff there from you. Thank you very much.
But I decided to take the keys out and decided to walk out.
Right then, let's see what's going to happen.
My dad just shot my car keys.
I'm trying to get thingy back into the lobby. But I don't know.
I don't know about this moment for Oliveira. Will the track wet enough? Sometimes the track can get wet in like 2 minutes. And other times it can be raining for like 5 laps and still not get wet enough. So I wonder which way it's going to go. But it looks very, very light, the rain does. I just don't. I don't say it's going to come in this lap. It's going to be too dry, surely. As soon as you see that track starting to wet up visually, then we know it's just starting to get a bit wet.
Well, we're going to find out, Matt. But it is looking.
He's got a minute. He's got 1 minute to get this rain wet enough. Oh, sorry, get the track wet.
This could be one. This could be one of the worst decisions. Or this
Arjun's
could be
gone from the same thing.
one of the best decisions in league racing. Arjun's also gone for the same as well.
Could have probably bet them out already. That's the thing. I don't know why Oliver is trying to warm them up. It's probably the order easy. I mean, he might gain a bit of track position, but I feel like he just lose more time now than you will get to gain from it. That's what I'm worried about.
Right, Matt. Let's see. The track is looking a little bit wet. Like there is like it's not looking like wet, but
it's just starting
to
look.
Oh my God! Oh God! What's going on there? Walter's span under safety car and he's down to P9 and he's got the M plate or something. Oh no! That's a disaster for him.
And they're struggling. They're really struggling on traction here. I think it's just starting to get wet enough. I think it's just starting to get wet.
Don't.
I think it might be wet enough already.
Don't say. No, don't. Oh, Olivier was locked up in someone there.
Well, he's not losing any time. I think it might be wet enough. I think it might just be wet enough now. I think it's just over the cross of the rears.
It's run 2.0. Oh no, there's 3-1. Mercedes and Ferrari. Gonna end in tears. Oh, 3-1. Oh, massive crash. Oh no, it weren't a massive crash.
It wasn't. Brand managed to hold it.
And the
Brand's be happy about that.
Where's Olivier in all of this?
He's gaining positions. Oh, he's actually not actually. Oh, now he is. Now he's, you can see him. He's got more traction now. Olivier has made an absolute strategy call.
Oh, and Sam's made
You know
a
what,
mistake there.
it's not going to be easy because those slick tyres are going to be struggling so much, so you can't actually overtake them. 7k struggling on traction here. Olivier is going to drive around the outside. It's a definite tyre now. They need to pit. Oh, he's got a penalty.
God, I'm getting a bit anxious, you know. Right, they're all going to come into the pit. Sometimes I'm going to have to double.
Bram's going to get held up here. Bram's staying out. Bram's staying out.
Bram's going to have to carry on because you have to double stack. This is a disaster for
I would just. Oh! I don't know why, but Bram's in front anyway. You're going to lose more time being out there in the wet conditions than staying out on slicks. I don't know why he should have pitted. He lost
no front wing. He's lost his front wing, Bram. Matt. Right, in the pit lane action going on here in Hungary. Oh. This is pretty mad, man. And Olivier made probably one of the best decisions of his league racing career.
Just revealed by somebody that decided to stay on slicks.
And all Bram had to do was double stack it. It's all he had to do. And now he's going to have to drive all the way around the circuit. He's
going to lose 30 seconds just being out here.
He's just destroyed his race here in Hungary.
Yeah, it's banned. He's losing. He's going to lose about 40 seconds by doing this.
Yeah,
I mean, he's going to be back where he was before they pitted. And the hard tyres are useless at this seal condition.
I'll tell you something, Matt. Arjun Damrat might be on for his first ever STB win on his debut after an insane strategy call.
There could be safety cars. Could be another safety car. Could be dry out.
Anyway, Bram's in the pits then.
He's going to spin it out here. I'm going to watch this. He's going to spin it. Oh no, he's being very cautious.
All he had to do was come in the pit lane now. All he had to do was come in the pit lane, lose a few seconds, and now he's lost and potentially get a penalty for the next race in Monza for his collision with Olivier. But look, we'll see what the stewards have to say. But that is a disaster for Bram Nielsen and Olivier. Olivier was on for podium. Like, he was on for a podium. That is a disaster. Absolute disaster.
There's only Bram to blame for it, so.
I mean, in that moment, you think you're going to lose time, don't you? So unlucky. But I think if everything goes well now, you could be seeing Tamra, who's actually gaining the gap out on Felipe. He could be winning this Hungarian Grand Prix match.
I did mention that to Bram before the race. At some point, I did say at one point, Bram, you're gonna have to double stack behind Pirondi because Pirondi is gonna be ahead of you, and it literally just happened right there. And Bram did not go for it.
Felipe's locked up. Felipe looks to be struggling in these conditions, man. He looks to be struggling.
Sam Rush just absolutely pulled a gap right now. 15 seconds. Also, there's no one to distract Arjun Tamara. Oh! Flippy. No DRS anymore. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, I think, now. Without that DRS, but Filippi's gone wide. He's gone very wide.
I think he's tried to get that switch back. He hasn't worked. And now Pirondi is going to be on the back of Slaz, and I think Felipe's got. Felipe must have some damage, or must be very bad in these conditions at the moment because he's lost a lot. And I mean a lot of time. And now he's
losing a position here.
Player on the back of him as well. Oh, he's been hit.
Pirondi's off! Pirondi's off! Pirondi, he's got damage and he's off at turn 5 and he's got 10 to the time penalty, which means Bram will have to ban the person that took him out.
That is I don't know what to say about this race, man. It's crazy.
This is crazy.
No, this race is actually mad. Like, there's been... I don't know. I don't know what is going on. I have no idea. I don't know what Felipe... I don't know if Felipe's got, like, damage himself, or he's just got no grip. I don't know. But this is just insane. Like, for a championship, championship perspective, it's an insane race. And talking of insane, SK's name is fixture with the player.
Okay, it's got a car popped up there.
I think the stewards are going to be very busy tonight now.
Ronde has retired
Take the 3 yellow.
in the Hungarian Grand Prix. Yeah, so he's retired in the pit lane. Now down to 14 cars. Well, actually 13. AR Jack's not actually a real driver. There's Mari's left. Andrew's left. So it's just Bram's behind. 3 AIs right now.
Man, it's calmed down a little bit now. The player, SK and Felipe. Felipe looks to gain some pace. But I don't want to seem bad. I don't want to seem, you know, nasty. I don't want Felipe to get too many points in this race, because obviously he's leading the championship by a lot. But when I say a lot...
He's only P6. So
I know.
He's actually going to grab a load of points.
I know, but...
So I'm just checking who's got the fastest lap actually, because obviously who's got the fastest lap now is going to stick with it for the rest of the race if it stays wet.
I don't really like the wet period though, because as you can see, not much happens.
Riverin and the player both gained 15 positions in the race.
Mad. Absolutely mad scenes here in Hungary. Piberino's got some great pace on those intermediates. But I'll tell you, Samrat is in a class of his own here in Hungary.
SK has the fastest lap with a 17.7, which is absolutely clear of everyone else.
That is crucial. That is actually crucial for the championship.
Yeah, the next person with the next fastest lap time is Arjek. He's not even racing. With 18.7.
Crazy.
After that, it's Arjun Samurai with 18.8.
Right, so things have decided to calm down here in Hungary, but you know what, Matt? This has been an enjoyable race so far. Still got some great battles and still got around 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix. So I'm happy. Also unlucky to Ranji and Rusty and Rain and Alfie and Danny and Arthur and Mari. You know, we haven't had many tracks in Tier 1, have we, Matt, recently, that have provided good entertainment, good overtaking. But then next week we go to Monza. The overtaking should be back up to its normal amount next week. Then Matt, what are you seeing then? You seen anything here in Hungary? Barino's got the gap to 4/10 now between him and Slaz.
No, it's kind of sort of those wet conditions where nothing can happen anymore. Because I'm stuck at the same pace now. There's no DRS to use. Everyone's got plenty of DRS because obviously Hungary's naturally not a track where you don't use DRS anyway. But for depends on why you have to cut chicane. I'd prefer to lose a position, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of stuck now. There's no DRS to break that sort of rhythm. And obviously it's really difficult to try and overtake because you beat that limit too late and you're going wide. You're not going to go a bit wide and try and cut in. You can't do that in the wet. So
looks like the rain is improving slightly.
I'm going to say that.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about this. Not the best of action here in Hungary, but Fiborino is getting very close to the back of Slavs now. I don't know what's going on, Matt, but Samrat is...
Pulled a good second and a half since the safety car ended.
I don't even know what's going on, but Samrat is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the strike right for it.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's all by himself. He's got no one else to worry about.
And
the McLaren's off. Philippe's out. Safety car, and that's ruined Arjun Senna's gap that has.
And there's a safety car as wow. What happened?
Turn 4.
Did he hit the...
Nothing can say to that. Just obviously the curb spat him off into the barriers. Philippe master style.
Well, he didn't hit anyone, no.
I don't know. I don't see it. I just saw him
That is-
retire. And Arjun's in the pits.
Who?
Arjun's in the pits. I mean, I think he's got the gap to do it, to be honest. Get a fresh set of intermediates on. A bit more fresher tyres towards the end. He's got all the right to do that. Obviously, anyone else can't do that. He just wants to. I think he's just doing that just so he has an extra bit of fresher tyres at the end of the race, so you can still pull away. That's clever, that is. I didn't think of that. So it's much still in the lead
If I
on
was him,
fresh
I would have carried
intermediates.
on.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're still going to catch him up anyway. So, he's got a fresh set of intermediates and he's still leading. So he's got a free pit stop there, and he's now got considerably faster tyres. So that was basically he's lost the gap, but it's a win-win for the free safety, for the free pit stop and the free set of tyres. So his tyres are what? 6 laps younger now. So I mean, he's not massive, but that's definitely going to help him a lot. The intermediates could probably do about 20 laps, I would say, maybe about 25 laps. Maybe about 30 if they can push it, but I think 6 laps can make a bit of a difference. And like I said, he's got nothing to lose by doing it. It's only really gain from it. The only thing he'd lose from it is when he explains himself. I think it might be a little bit longer strategy. Bram is all the way back still at turn 2.
Yeah, Bram went onto a new set of intermediates.
He's just got nothing to lose. Well, that's because there's no one out behind him. But yeah.
When I look at the championship, Felipe retiring. Did I don't know, did I jinx it? Saying that the championship would be good if Felipe didn't score too many points? I don't know.
Probably not. I don't know.
This has helped Olivieri get back into it then.
Yeah, and Bram. I think Bram probably more, to be honest. But they've got 3 AI in front of them, so there's just 3, 4. But technically, they've only technically got 10 cars remaining.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's very...
Lost half the grid.
Well, you know what, Matt? Yeah, it's still been an enjoyable
A brilliant race.
It has been.
That definitely, the first 10 laps definitely really good.
Definitely, and that massive train we had as well. That's why we come.
Defend Danny for that.
That's why
sacrifice his race, Zero Gaffins and entertainment.
Yeah, that's what we expect from DJ Danny.
Well, same thing you do that good at that. Absolutely dive on people and keep them holding behind.
Right then.
I say he's the Yuki Tsunoda of
I expect Matt. So I was looking at Bram. That the safety car is going to come in this lap.
Yeah, 2 laps since the safety car. Rise. AI's making a bit of a gap to everyone else. 5 second time penalty for Oliveira with Bram. Listen, I think Bram's got one as well. Yeah, so Bram must got a 5 second time penalty as well as that. So more brake checking. can't believe that sort of thing where you tap someone in the back of somebody and you get a penalty for it. That's one of the person that was in front of you.
I don't know. Honestly, I ain't got a clue.
Literally,
Anyway.
somebody's the under safety car and somebody literally just tap the back of somebody when, well, naturally, you hit this, you tap them very slightly and you get a 5 second penalty for it.
Here we go then, Matt.
Weird.
Sorry, we're gearing up for the start and Samra's gone. Could this be his time here in Hungary? Volvo second, Fiorino third, the player is 4 players off the circuit! Oh no!
It's not the first time he's spun at the last corner, is it? He's got away with damage.
Up to 7. What has happened to the player? That is a disaster for him. Absolute
Second time he's
disaster.
struggled. The second time he's done that now, the last corner.
Oh no.
Luckily, it's just AI around it. So,
That looks
we have got 8 laps to go. 8 long laps of wet conditions.
Oh, and Ermine's on the curb. They're really making mistakes now. They're trying to push. They're trying to, you know, get those gaps. Get the pace up, and they are struggling. But Samrat is on the pace here, man.
Yeah, those fresh intermediates are making a massive difference. So he's 7 laps younger they are. So he's giving them a bit of an extra bit bonus compared to the rest of the people.
And Bram's found his way past the AI, so next up
the
to him is Miles
AI.
AI.
Yeah, and then AI Jack. Yeah, let's go down. I think the probably close battle we're looking for right now is SK and Vivering. I think the closest battle we've got so far.
Yeah, well, I think it's 5 tenths. So. And the player as well on the back of them. It's all calm now, though. Matt.
Yeah.
Nothing
That's
really
wet
to shout
conditions
about.
just you can't really do much everyone takes down. Especially something like Hungary where it's all full of corners and the straight stop's long enough to really test their downforce level. Like Belgium where you can use low downforce and try and blast past somebody, but it's just too short and you can't make any everything now because the situation's not powerful enough simply to blast past them at turn 1. There's no one else I would take really either. It's just corner after corner. Only if somebody's so close around it.
Yeah, kicking off here in Hungary. It's been a very enjoyable race though, Matt, up to this point. And we've still got
Semi-K's got
6 laps
penalty.
of action.
That Semi-K already down to possibly, not even, probably 10th place. Oliver and Brown probably got penalties to remove. Arjen will start the 30th lap of the race with a 2.5 second gap.
He's just been absolutely insane this race. I can't wait to hopefully talk to him in the commentary box after the race. It's going to be actually amazing if he does end up winning this race, because that is probably one of, if not, Matt, one of the best strategy calls in STB history. That is
You have
insane.
seen it before, but
That
they've
is
either just
insane.
not gone well, it either just they haven't made it work out, either due to a collision or a mistake or something like that, a big wall, or there's been like another safety car which has ruined it. We had it in France, we had a couple of people try and do it for, and for the safety car ruined it, and everyone else
France
did.
is amazing for that, because we just see drivers on softs in the range. I was having to me, it was the French Grand Prix, and no wonder there was a collision.
It's like that in season 17 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also season 6, also season 18, where I think I was in intermediates and everyone else was quite half the lobby was on dries, half the people on intermediates. Pretty much everyone's mistakes ended up being behind the people on intermediates with 2 laps to go.
Crazy scenes, man. Honestly, I just love these sort of races, the random races, because they just bring so much entertainment. I love it. Bram looks to be
I
short.
prefer the races where it's dry and then when it goes wet and then goes back to dry again. I don't like it when it's from dry to wet, to be honest.
Oh. I just like the wet period. I think the wet period is amazing. Oh, then lap 31.
I'll say different lines between SK and Vivian. Vivian takes a wide exit at turn 2. SK first to keep it a bit more hogged in and get a bit more of a slingshot for turn 3.
If SK can get a podium, that will be pretty good for the championship. And Bram has been able to get himself past Olivier on next up to him as the player.
Yeah, but for the rare, I think it's an extra penalty, I think. So naturally, he would lose that position anyway. Yeah, he's on 7 pole, fresher tyres, but he's a little bit behind the player, a couple of seconds of gap, so he's got to find that gap somehow in 4-bit laps.
Insane then. So SK, we're going to see if SK can be able to gain on Viverino. I don't think though. Unless Ram.
The player is out. The last. Oh, he's in the pit lane. He's hiding in the pit lane. Why has he done that?
Weird. Anyway, SK then. SK is P4 at the moment. 6 tenths is the gap. And yeah, he's looked to be gaining in the second sector map, but it's very hard because obviously Viverino just has that overtake available to him down the pitch straight. So it's all about the second and third sectors, where SK is to gain the time.
He needs to get right behind him and then try and maximise as much of that slipstream as possible. And maybe try and sneak on him inside and force him wide or something.
But then they all use overtake down the pitch straight, don't they?
Yeah. But that's why I say get right behind him, try and maximise that slipstream to at least get a little bit of overdrive. But then again, everyone's getting a little bit of slipstream off Alvaro as well.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit further behind. But yeah, that's the same gap now. You all just dump it down the straight because there's nowhere else to use it. And you see what OS during this period. Also good on fuel economy, so if it, two stage cars. And Oliveira's out as well.
Olivier,
also retiring effect. He gets you points, man.
I don't know why they're retiring the pit.
I don't know why you're retiring the points.
It makes no sense to me, but
It might need to give both of those half drivers maybe a bit of a warning. Not a bit of a warning, but you know what I mean. Retiring for absolutely no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, I got scared with the sector 1 yellow as well. Right then, so SK looks to be gaining, looks to be very good in this second and third sector map. You can see definitely he's able to take
I think he loses a bit in the third sector, to be honest. He gains a lot in the second sector, but I think he loses that again in that third sector. Oh, Viverino's had a bit of a moment.
Well, Viverino's going to lose a lot of time in this third sector, and now SK's been right on the back of him. This is crucial for the championship. I would say SK, from his performances so far, not retiring, getting consistent. I think SK is probably Felipe's closest championship rival at the moment, if he can keep up with his form in the next few races. Obviously, after this, we've got Imola and Monza and Imola.
Viverino just looks so much more has so much more grip for those last two corners compared to SK. SK's got nothing to ask for. I did say Viverino does look faster in that first sector. He always pulls about a good 3-4 tenths through that last sector. Maybe Viverino's carrying on a little bit more of just a bit more prolonged corner grip compared to SK, where SK has more of a responsive car, should I say.
Yeah.
Giving them through that sector through those short snappy corners.
Well, lap 34, and SK is trying his absolute best here, man, to drive. This is the most important sector of the race, I think, Green. Penultimate lap. It's so important, Matt, if he wants to try and challenge for his podium. It's a yellow flag.
So that's Bram. Bram's going slow. Well, doesn't look like that anyway.
Yeah, let's go down a good corner. We find it wide.
Oh yeah, he's got away with it though. Going to get away with that so many times. And this is where Vivarin, just getting on board with SK, you see Vivarin just always seems to gain a bit of time for it.
Yeah, I see that now.
Especially that last corner, he drives so much more entry speed than SK. And he always seems to get a better exit as well. Yeah, you can see how he's pulled that gap already. He already pulled it out again to about 6/7. It goes from like 3 to 6. The gap triples. Well, visually.
Doubles.
Well, finally. But Volta's very close behind him. So he's got to watch out from behind as well as trying to push and try and overtake. It is the last lap of the race, and Archie Summer with those fresher intermediates is pulling away.
Yeah, Samurai has literally been in a different universe today in these wet conditions. Obviously, everyone else is like, you know, keeping the gaps, they're losing a few tenths here, gaining a few tenths. But Arjun Samurai has been able to gain basically 5 seconds on his rivals.
Yeah, he has been on fresher intermediates, but still that's quite impressive.
So watch out for Samurai later on in the season. If we can keep up with this pace, watch out for Samurai. He could be making a late championship charge. Who knows? It's all about taking advantage of people's mistakes, and that is what Samurai has done today with his strategy going around the penultimate corner now. Matt, who would have thought this? He started P80, no, that's Fiberino, sorry. P9 on the grid. We didn't even talk about him in qualifying. And Arjun Samurai wins for the first time in his first race in STB. Second is a Volvo. Third is Fiberino. Fourth, SK. Fifth, Volta. Sixth, Irma in the end. Seventh, Semi-K crashes over the line. Eighth, then, is going to be Ram. That is a disaster for him. He's had a shock out of a Grand Prix. But you can see the Brazilian flag ahead of him there. And Fiberino, driver of the day from the game. But Matt,
I mean, I can't complain with that, to be honest.
That has to go to Arjun Samurai. What a race that was. Sorry, that was an incredible. That was the best strategy call of the season. Best strategy call of the season.
I'm gonna stick with Vivarin on that. I think he's done absolutely amazing.
Okay. Well,
he's started all the way back there, and he's somehow managed to climb himself all the way up there.
You are deluded.
I mean, yeah, he got the strategy call, but all he had to do was
deluded.
hit that gap and put it. Vivarin's had to gain all those positions.
The race winner
P18
is Arjun Samurai here in Hungary. Second is Slaz. Third, PNF1 Viverino. Fourth, fastest lap again from SK, really putting in those lap times in the races. Fifth, CHR Volta. Sixth, Ermine. Seventh was Sem. Eighth was Bram. And then your non-finishers, a lot of drivers struggled here this evening, Matt. Noz, Mari, Oliviera, the player, Felipe Parangi, Danny, Rusty, Rain, Alfie, and Artazin. That is your retirements for the Grand Prix. A lot of drivers definitely struggled here tonight, Matt. But we've got the podium finishers. Severin, I don't know if he's going to be able to join. We're going to start with Slaz. Slaz, welcome back to the podium. Mentioned Future Audio, very decent race from you here this evening. Take us through your race and yeah, just what happened today. You know, kept out of trouble. Just yeah, tell us about your race.
Yeah, well, I tried to go on the alternate strategy as I was saying it was going to rain eventually. So yeah, on the alternate strategy kind of worked because a few incidents happened ahead. So I went getting a few positions after about 2-3 laps. Then point for the lead. Felt there was a bit unnecessary driving from certain individuals. Then Ryan came along and Arham had creative strategy going on the inters during safety car. But GG then.
Okay. Thank you, Slaz. Arjun, welcome.
Mhm.
Your first race, your first win. Definitely put your stamp on the league in your first race. We was a little bit confused. You and Oliviera went on intermediates. What was going through your mind when the safety car was deployed?
Well, I think I was just confused because I saw rain sort of coming in just before the pit lane, and I was like, is this really the right time to be pitting? And clearly the prediction that I'd done that it would rain a bit harder at the end of the safety car, it just worked, which is very lucky. But I guess it just all came together in the race. And yeah, GG to all. Everyone done amazing out there.
Okay. Obviously, there was a lot of collisions here today. I mean, how did you avoid it? I mean, did you have any collisions out there, or was it a pretty clean race for you?
Luckily I didn't get wing damage, which is something that you want in a league race, I guess, because that kind of just ruins your race as soon as you get wing damage. But yeah, I was quite lucky to avoid some incidents. Lap 1 at the exit down one, I had no clue what I was doing. Just went onto the grass, couldn't get off. But other than that, yeah, I was quite lucky to avoid some incidents. But yeah, just hooked it all up, and yeah, just lucky, like I said.
Okay, and next week we have we go to Monza. How are we feeling ahead of that race?
Yeah, Monza, definitely an iconic track, to say the least. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident, especially after today. Hoping for another top 5 finish at minimum. But yeah, really confident going into Monza.
Okay, well, thank you. Arjun, is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
Thank you, and we'll see you next week in Monza. Slaz,
Yep.
we hope to see you next week in Monza, but if you can't, have a good week next week. Okay, thank you, Matthew, for joining me in the combox here in Hungary. That concludes then your Tier 1 Hungarian Grand Prix. But tomorrow, we go to a very special circuit next week. We go to the, I can't say the nickname just yet, but the Portimão circuit in Portugal. We go, yeah. If you don't know about the importance of Portugal, you'll know tomorrow. Do join me and Bram for tomorrow's Tier 2 Portuguese Grand Prix, the first ever Tier 2 Portuguese Grand Prix. We'll see you then. But if you don't want to watch the Tier 2 and 3, which would be a big mistake, you can join us next week. Me and Matthew again, Tier 1, Monza. We'll see you next time.